it's taken 6 equally spaced points around the diameter of the part. And it's doing circular interpolation as it moves there. After it's done moving, the probe goes up to the safe distance. If I wanted to measure a plane, I select measure a plane and do the same thing again. I'm going to move down to the corner of the part, and again I'm moving the machine with the joystick. I'm down at the corner where I want to be. I hit the enter key to record my position. I touch the surface and the machine automatically backs off from where I was. I'm going to move out a little bit so I don't hit the diameter as I go across. Come back in, touch another point, the machine automatically backs off. And for this plane we'll measure 4 points around the outside. And I've got 1 more to go. I'm going to measure a line on the front, so I'm just moving the machine to that position before I stop. So I measured a plane, and at the 4 points, it told me the flatness was just almost 2 microns for flatness of those 4 points. If I say OK and I say I want to measure a line now, right, I can come down, and to measure a line I have to have a minimum of 2 points. So I'm going to come down on the part. Sorry, I selected construct line instead of measure line. I'm in measurement still. Come down on the part and I touch and it automatically backs off the back off distance, which right now we have set as 2.5 millimeters. I'm going to come to the right hand side of the part and touch another point. And we'll move up. And again, those are 2 points on the line. I'm going to zoom up my model a little bit so you can see what we did. This is the line in the front, and it only had 2 points for the measurement. I want to measure 10 points on that line. So instead of using auto points again, I'm going to switch to auto path, go to advanced, and I'll tell it 10 points for the line. Say apply. Okay, and remeasure it. It'll go back and measure the 10 points on the front now. Now we can use any standard styli that Renishaw makes, including the star probes or the disc probes. So you have all the flexibility of the Renishaw probing. Right now we're using the TP20 cartridge from Renishaw. You can also use the TP200 cartridge from Renishaw. I want to go back now and let the whole program run again right from the beginning. The first thing we're going to do is put the probe away, because when I started my measurements I didn't have the probe on. The machine knows that, so it puts it away. Right now it's going to go back and start measuring the stamping. Measure our holes, the slots. We'll come over where I did my manual point entry, showing you the operator-assisted measurement if you're getting something that's so bad you can't measure. Then we measure it automatically with the feature finder. We're going to bring down the laser and do our scan. After we have the laser scan, then we've constructed our radiuses. And certainly we can do the intersections of the radiuses and the lines. We can construct lines from the points. You have the ability to do all of your constructions that you would normally in the system. We did some focus points. This is focus points with video. Now we're going to come up and do a focus point with the laser on the part. Now we're going to start our scan. And as soon as the scan's complete, we went over and measured with the touch probe. And when the touch probe is done, it'll automatically set the program's complete at that point. The laser's been put away. And it's coming back down to its normal position. The machine we're using today is a Sprint CNC 300. It has a 12-inch travel in the x-axis, 12-inch travel in the y, and 6 inches in the z-axis. First thing, we came down and measured our diameter on the collar with 6 points. Then we measured the plane with 4 points. And as soon as we're done with the plane, we'll go back and measure the line in the front of the parts. I told her we wanted to measure that with 10 points. Alright, that concludes our demonstration for today. I think you can see that it's relatively simple to program using our software. It's certainly very straightforward. You don't have to be a real programmer. There's no code you have to remember. It's just recognizing the icon for the tool or the target that you want and then implementing the correct procedure for using it. So the startup time is very, very fast on these systems. The tools automatically configure themselves, so there's no parameters that you have to change with them. With the Touch Probe, we have the ability to go in and just touch any place we want, or you can use the auto path and have as many points per feature as you need. Maximum points allowed per feature is 99,999. And although that sounds like a lot, when you're using the laser, it's not as many as you think. You can fill that up in less than a minute easily. If we do get that high a point number, we can create multiple steps, and then with the results of each step, so we can get the averages or the max-min ranges, whatever you need for your inspection. With Part 1 and Part 2, you should have a reasonably good understanding now of the software. If you have any questions, please contact your distributor or email sales@ramoptical.com, and we'll be glad to help you.